Hi my loves and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be the makeup look that I wore to the Masquerade ball, which is this look right here. So if you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. So I have gone ahead and moisturised my face and I'm going to put some Carmex on my lips. I'll leave this on whilst I'm doing my makeup and it will just make sure that they're nice and moisturised by the time I get around to doing the lipstick. So going straight in, I'm using this creamy shade from the Revolution makeup palette. I just wanted to use this as a base to build all the glitter and the gold on top of. So I'm just going to apply it all on to my eyelid and make sure that I don't take it any further above the crease. So for my transition colour, I'm using this light brown colour from the same palette. I'll go in and add this to my crease and I'll make sure that it's really blended out and really subtle so that you can't see it. The whole purpose of this is that it's a transition colour and it helps to kind of separate the eyelid from the rest of the eye or the brow bone. I'm just going to make sure that it's blended out really well because you don't want it to be so obvious that you've got brown there. You want it to be a transition shade, so you do want it to be really subtle and really thoroughly blended. And then for my eyelid, I'm using this gold colour from another Revolution makeup palette. I can't remember the name of the palette, but I will list both the palettes that I've used down below. These palettes are amazing. They cost £4 and they've got so many colours in them. But I'm just packing the gold all over the eyelid. It's a really shimmery, bronzy gold. And then I'm going to add the glitter on top. I didn't want the eyelid to be just glitter. I kind of wanted it to be an array of colours because I've got quite a few colours in my dress. I'm just going and blending out the transition colour again. You can never blend enough. I'm using a fluffier brush this time, just because I feel like once you've added the product on, fluffier brushes are easy to blend with. I'm going to go do my brows and then come back and do the glitter just because I don't want the glitter to get everywhere. So I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil in dark brown, I want to say. So I'll kind of outline my eyebrow and then fill it all in. I didn't feel like this was enough though to define them, so I did go in with a darker eyeshadow shade and just do the edges as well. I just feel like when you've got a full face of makeup and a full eye look, you do want super defined brows. So here's me just filling in the edges. I'm just using a dark eyeshadow from the Makeup Revolution palette and an angled brush from Lottie London. And then I'm taking the lightest shade in the first Makeup Revolution palette, just adding that to my brow bone. I always use this for my brow bone. I just feel like it really cleans it up. It really makes the eyebrow stand out, and it's like not too white. It's a kind of like a creamy shade. I think it's quite good for Asian skin tones. Moving on to the glitter then, I'm using the gold and bronze glitter from Barry M. Normally I would spray this with some fixing spray and then add it on, but I didn't want it to be like super defined. I just wanted some glitter on top, if that makes sense. So I'm adding gold into the centre and bronze onto the edges, and I kind of let it merge itself. The bronze glitter was very similar to the gold shade I added underneath, so it wasn't too obvious, and that's what I wanted. I wanted there to be glitter but quite subtle. And then I'm going back in and just cleaning up my crease again. And then moving on to eyeliner, I'm using the Super Liner by L'Oreal and doing a wing liner the way I always do, just because I feel like this is what suits me and this is what I like. And then for lashes, I used the Huda Beauty Lashes in Scarlette. I did actually go and change them afterwards. I put the Farah Mink lashes on just because I feel like they're more fluttery and girly. I was really torn by which ones I wanted to wear. Part of me wishes I'd stuck to this and part of me likes the ones that I changed into. But hey ho. I did go in with some mascara as well. I used this mascara from Sculpt Mascara from L'Oreal. And then for foundation, I used the MAC Studio Fix in NC35 or 30. I can't remember which one it is. It is really light for my skin. I didn't realise how light it was until I was editing this video. Like, it's fine against my hands, but just especially around my forehead where my skin is darker, it's just too light. I feel like when you go into MAC, they just see that you're Asian and they just give you everybody the same foundation. So I think next time I'm going to be like, match me properly. And then to cover up my dark circles, I use this concealer from Collection 2000 in shade 3. Although the MAC foundation is really high coverage and covers everything, I just wanted to make sure that there was no dark circles popping out from underneath my eyes. And then I'm just going to blend it all out using the damp beauty blender again. And then I'm going to conceal a little further and highlight the rest of my face using this Age Rewind concealer from Maybelline. Create triangles underneath my eyes, and I'm going to create circles on my forehead, and then just take some product down the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, under my lips, and the lower halves of my face. I'm going to blend this all out, and then I'm going to darken my face up using some contour. Normally I let this set for a couple of seconds before I blend it out, because I just feel like the product has better coverage when you give it a couple of seconds to set first. And then moving on to contour, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. I don't know how I feel about this. I've used it quite a few times, maybe about half a dozen times. I'm not raving over it. Like, it's good, but it's not amazing. It's not worth the hype that everybody keeps giving it. Maybe I'll change my mind once I've used it more often, because I do that with products sometimes. I just don't think it's worth the money that I paid for it. I've got other contour products that were a lot cheaper, and I just feel do the job just as good. I haven't used any of the other shades from the palette. I've just used like the 2 contour shades from the bottom. But I take my Rimmel brush and do my contouring with that, and then go in with my angled brush just to kind of blend everything out. I'm taking the Beauty Blender again and going into my forehead just because I felt like the contour came too far down, so I wanted to fix that. And then to set my highlighter, I am using the MAC Prep and Prime Pressed Powder. I really, really love this stuff. I don't really use it on a day-to-day basis because it's like white and it's translucent and it just sets perfectly, so I like to save it for special occasions. And then I'm going to blend everything out because I don't want any excess powder all over my face. And then for blusher, I am going with my trusty blusher, which is the Bourjois Blusher in shade Sienna. I love this. It's just like perfect for me. I'm not too big on blusher, so I always kind of tend to stick with this one. And then I wanted to define my eyes even further, so I took this same gold shade that I used on my eyelid and applied that under my waterline, and then I took the browns that I used in the crease and added those on the outer corners. I then went ahead and do something that I don't normally do, which is tightline my waterline with gel liner. I feel like this can make your eyes look smaller, so I tend to avoid it on a day-to-day basis. However, when I've got like a full eye and face look, I think it kind of helps define the eyes even further. And then moving on to lips, I am using the MAC lip pencil in the colour Spice, just to line my lips. And then for the lips here, I used this lip lacquer from MUA. It doesn't have the name on the package, so I don't know what it is, but it's like this light brown colour. I did decide to go ahead and add a peach lipstick on top for the final look. The peach lipstick is also from MUA, and it was £1. I'm sure they still do them, but I just added a bit of that on top because once I changed my scarf, I felt like my scarf was too peachy, and I just wanted to add a little bit more peach to my whole makeup look. And then this was the finished look. I wish I stuck with this scarf, but I didn't. I changed it to a peach scarf, which I liked, but I felt like the first scarf was better. But yeah, this is the finished look. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And I'll see you all soon, inshallah. Bye.